Hey, what's good, guys? It's Big Marv, and welcome back to my 22 Days of Funnel Hacking series. Last time we went over the webinar funnel. Today we're going over the auto webinar funnel. It's an event type funnel, 5 pages, and if you have all your content and you're actually building a live funnel for this to work, it'll take you about an hour and a half to dial it in and to make it work for you. So let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it. There it goes. Alright, so we got the auto webinar funnel. So you can see here it's an event type funnel. 5 pages, takes an hour and a half to build. Let's see what the directions say. The The auto webinar funnel is used after an entrepreneur has proven their offer several times previously in the webinar funnel. The major difference in this funnel is that the historically best converting webinar is uploaded online, YouTube, Vimeo, etc., and is embedded in its own webinar broadcast page. Auto webinars can play every hour around the clock, selling your products and services automatically for you. Someone registers for the webinar on the registration page, then they are taken to a confirmation page where they can see the date and time for their event. They are then emailed links to indoctrination pages where you can get them excited about training that they either are about to get on or just get completed. After the presentation time is passed, they are then emailed links to a replay room where they have one last chance to watch the webinar. So I've seen this done before. I've gone to a few automated webinars. It's pretty convenient if you have something that you train regularly, and then you can pre-record it or do webinars several times, and then obviously you want to record your webinars every time you have one. If you have a really good fire webinar that just delivered insane ROI for you, you can just build a funnel around that webinar and let it play. People can register for a time and date. So if you've ever registered for one of those webinars and it's just free and you put in a time and date, it's probably an auto webinar funnel. So let's see, if I was selling it as an author, speaker, coach, or consultant, I use the webinar funnel to sell my mid-price info product. So what does that mean? So I'll have, for example, I have my free funnel hacker workshop, but I also have one-on-one trainings to learn ClickFunnels and one-on-one workshops that I do with my group. So I could record that and do auto webinars to my cold audience with some of that information. So let's see, here is the basic recipe of the funnel. Here's your pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here's your indoctrination pages. These are basically the in-between pages, so if they click to sign up, then, you know, this is you getting them, like, you're going to tell them to sign up, and if they don't actually sign up, then you're going to send them automated email that's going to follow up with them multiple times. So basically, that's your 5th page. You have an upsell page that's confirm your seat. And if they confirm their seat, then you're going to send them to the webinar, and then at the end of your webinar, you have the chance to upsell them. So let's dive into ClickFunnels and build one of these guys out. Fire up the cookbook. Alright, and you see type of funnel, we're creating an event. Because remember, inside the Funnel Hacker Cookbook, it tells you right here at the top is an event type funnel. There's only 4 funnel types. So you just refer to the cookbook, you select it over here on the left, and boom, it'll pop up. And then auto webinar funnel right here. And of course, on every funnel, we have the video of Russell telling us what the funnel is good for. So let's go ahead and watch that.
No matter where you are today in your business and in your life, you're just one funnel away. This is an automated webinar funnel. Now, this funnel has a lot of steps, but it's one of the most powerful funnels we have. The first page is the webinar registration page. They register for the web classes coming up. There's really cool elements that ClickFunnels, so you can have it happening every top of the hour, every 15 minutes, a bunch of really cool ways to do it. After they register for the webinar, then you take them to a confirmation page, thank them for registering, and give them information on when the webinar is happening, what's going on, what to look forward to, and all those things like that. After that, then typically we send out a bunch of emails indoctrinating them on why they would want your product or your service. Usually we send an email that pushes them to a page that we call an indoctrination page. On these pages, we have videos that indoctrinate them and pre-sell them, get them more excited about the product or the service you're going to offer them on the webinar. And each of these pages happens day 1, day 2, day 3. After that, then the webinar goes live inside the webinar broadcast room. They have a chance to watch it when their time that they selected that here on the registration page begins. They watch the webinar, and then in the sequence you can add replay room, so if they don't come to the webinar, or if they miss it, or if they leave early, or if you just want to have them make sure they watch the replay, you can send them to a replay room, they can watch a replay of the webinar as well. And that's how the automated webinar funnel works. Now if you want more information about how to use this for your business, make sure you check out the Funnel Hacker Cookbook. No matter where you are today in your business and in your life, you're just one funnel away.
Let's check it out. And then you got some themes down here. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Institute theme. And it shows you some screenshots of what the pages will look like. Alright, so then let's go ahead and click funnel. It'll build it out for us in our workshop. Our little ClickFunnels dashboard. Alright, here we go. And so, like all ClickFunnels pages, just drag and drop. They keep it pretty straightforward, and they pre-populate it with a bunch of elements to try to give you an idea of what you need to type in here to build your page. So basically, you go grab your own content and modify all of this stuff to fit yours. So here's your appealing headline. So like once you come up with your headline, like come learn ClickFunnels, and then if you want, you can center it up. We can go ahead and change the color if we wanted to, and we can change the font. Oh, that's a horrible font, but we can still change it if we wanted to use it. If we want to make it big as hell. That's too big. That's too small. Oh, let's find a happy. Happy. Medium. And then bring to the table win-win survival strategies to ensure proactive domination. At the end of the day, going forward, a new normal that has evolved from Generation X. You know, like, you want to fucking, when you read it, you want to be that excited about your own shit. So, let me see if I can come up with a Big Marv paragraph real quick. Funnel hacking is at my core. I bring passion and fire with every lesson. You'll be jumping out of your seats, excited for what you can do with ClickFunnels after this class. Join Big Marv today, and let's kill it, baby. So you just gotta go in there and fuck with that shit. Make it your own. Feature image headline. You just click on it. It's like when you want to add the image, you go to settings. Boom, easy. Upload. Let's go ahead and throw a Big Marv. Let's just throw fucking Zach's picture in there. Fuck it. And the same thing, you just click down here, type videos, embed. You can use YouTube, Vimeo, whatever. You just grab the embed code, paste it here, boom, you're good to go. Save it when you're done. A couple of settings you want to pay attention to. SEO metadata, that is what they're gonna see on Google when they search you. Like if you type in the URL and share it on Facebook or whatever, that little preview that you get, that's your SEO metadata. Or if somebody searches for something and they happen to find your page organically, I mean it's a long shot, but if they happen to, then that's what they'll see when it comes up in the search engine. Integrations is going to be your email integrations. If you have certain, so like I use MailChimp personally, MailChimp and Aweber. There's Active Campaign, SendGrid. There's all kind of SMTP integrations that you can do. That's where you set your integration so you know what list they go on. Tracking code. So this is for like Facebook Pixels or Google Analytics or any other analytics you want to run on your page. You would paste them here in the header or footer code depending on when you need it to load. If you need it to load before the rest of the page loads, you put it in header. If you load it after the page, you put it in the footer. So for example, if you're installing the Facebook pixel, you would put the install code on the header and the event code on footer. Because the way the Facebook events work is they work on page views, so you want to throw it in the footer so it runs the script after page view. Alright. When you're done, you just save and exit. The settings here, this path is the path that people will see when they go to your funnel. So if you go to like bigmarvsworkshop.com and see /free funnel hacker workshop, that's the path that you see here, and you would set it here in settings as well. Whatever the path is of step number 1, you would set it here in the settings. And then you pretty much just go through each page, you use the drag and drop builder, build it for yourself. The trickiest part is going to be getting all the integrations to work right. But the beautiful thing about the auto webinar funnel is you can host all your videos and just do everything right here inside of ClickFunnels. You just build it out, and ClickFunnels will send it out. And as long as you just record your videos to where they sync up and they actually go properly, like you were saying, day 1, day 2, day 3. Then when it emails it out, so you can go to the automation tab, then you trigger the event, add a new email, and then you just program it in here. Then your broadcast room, this is going to be the actual room that people will join whenever they go to your webinar. So we'll just play it here. Here's the timer. It's pretty basic. And then the replay room, like you were saying, the replay room, that is for like if they missed the webinar, the replay room will be available. So you can set that up in your automation. The key point, the hardest part, I think, and a lot of people miss this, is this part right here, the automation and the follow-up funnels. A lot of people miss the automation part. So if you go through and you build this funnel and you don't have your email list set up right to where you're sending out your emails, then you're missing out a lot of your audience. Oops, scroll too far. But I mean, that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward with any of these funnels. You just want to follow the strategy that he lays out in here. Make sure you get your automation put in. Just be creative when you send out your automation. You want to say things like, "Hey, you registered to the webinar. Here's some quick tips and tricks to get you ready for it." So, like for example, I do my funnel hacker workshop, so I might send a series of videos saying, "Hey, make sure you read .com secrets and establish a personality for your business before you come to the workshop, so you're ready to go." And then day 2 video, I might say, "Here's how you build out a value ladder. Build out your value ladder and have it ready to go." Because if you come to my workshop with your personality, like your product, your idea, like what you want to do, ready to go, and you already have your value ladder built out, now all you have to do is build a funnel and a strategy and run with it. So the most important part is establishing that beginning, like what are you going to offer and how are you going to maintain that offering. So once you establish that, then the content part of plugging in all these things will be easy. So, and attention getting headline, you just remember you're solving people's problems. So you think of a problem that you're trying to solve. So if you're a chiropractor, you can say things like long work day, have your back feeling tired. So you connected directly with someone that works all day and has a bad back, which is different than how you're gonna attract someone that is like if you're attracting people that were from a car accident. If you're a chiropractor specializing in people that just got into car accidents, you wouldn't say long work day got you bad. You say bad car accident keep you from getting out there and living the life you used to love, or something along those lines, because now you connected with them because they got in a car accident. You brought up the pain point because they can't live the life that they love, and then now you're going to offer a solution in your videos. You know what I'm saying? So just think of that. Think of your personality, what you want to offer, the product or service that you want to offer, and how exactly are you going to meet those. Like, try to think of yourself as your target demographic, and don't jump into an auto webinar funnel until, like Russell said, you've had a few webinars under your belt. So I personally use a webinar funnel because I'm still at the phase where I'm learning my webinars. I'm going to do a full year of funnel hacking workshops before I try to automate anything. But I'm learning a lot every webinar. I learn a little bit more. So if you haven't been doing webinars for a while, then get your feet wet with the webinar funnel and actually be there, be live, do it live until you perfect live. And then once you perfect doing it live, then you basically just replicate what you're doing live, but with pre-recorded content. So that's the idea behind the webinar funnel, the auto webinar funnel. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This is 22 days of funnel hacking the auto webinar funnel with Big Marv. One love, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.